Hello and welcome. Now, some people think a car is just a tool, a metal box with four wheels to get you from your dreary house to your even drearier job. Those people are, to put it mildly, morons. A car can be so much more. It can be a statement, a work of art, a thunderous symphony of internal combustion that makes the hairs on your arms stand up. And tonight, we're looking at the absolute zenith of that philosophy, the cars that don't just make a statement, they scream it from a gold-plated megaphone. We're going to be counting down the most expensive new cars you can, theoretically, buy in 2025. These aren't just cars, they are rolling bank vaults, commissioned by people for whom the word budget is just a funny noise. They represent the absolute pinnacle of bespoke luxury, mind-bending engineering, and glorious unapologetic excess. And when we're done with those, we'll take a quick, dizzying look at the cars that have smashed records at auction, machines so steeped in history and rarity that their price tags make even these new ones look like a sensible bargain. So, buckle up! We're about to enter a world where price tags have more zeros than a lottery winner's checkbook, where exclusivity is measured in single digits, and where the only thing more outrageous than the performance is the cost. This is the world of the hyper-expensive, and frankly, it's a brilliant place to be. Let's get on with it. Right, kicking off our list is something that isn't so much a car as it is a piece of jewelry you can drive. It's the Rolls-Royce Noire Droptail, and it costs, well, sit down for this, a reported $30 million. For that, you get a two-seater roadster so exclusive, so utterly bespoke that only four will ever exist. It's inspired by the black Baccara rose, which is a flower that apparently changes color. This car does the same, with a paint job so complex it took 150 attempts to get right. Honestly, for that price, I'd want it to be perfect on the first go. But the magnificent absurdity doesn't stop there. Oh no. The interior features the most complex piece of woodwork Rolls-Royce has ever created, a cascading shawl of 1,603 pieces of black sycamore wood meant to look like falling rose petals. It took 2 years to make, and nestled in the dashboard, just to remind you that you have more money than God, is a removable, one-off Audemars Piguet watch. So you can wear your dashboard on your wrist. It's gloriously, wonderfully, and completely mad, and I love it. If you thought the Droptail was a bit much, allow me to introduce its slightly older, equally potty sibling, the Rolls-Royce Boat Tail. This one comes in at a slightly more reasonable, and I use that term loosely, $28 million. As the name suggests, it's inspired by J-class yachts, which is billionaire speak for big expensive boats. And like a yacht, this thing is designed for opulent leisure. It's not for popping down to the shops for a pint of milk, unless that pint of milk is made from unicorn tears and costs a fortune. The real party piece is at the back. At the press of a button, the entire rear deck, which is finished in a wood veneer just like a yacht, hinges open like a butterfly's wings. From one side, a champagne fridge emerges, perfectly chilled of course. From the other, a full set of Christofle cutlery and crockery. There are even little cocktail tables that swivel out, and 2 carbon fiber stools. It's a full-on alfresco hosting suite that deploys from the boot. It's the most complex and brilliantly unnecessary feature I've ever seen on a car. It's a picnic hamper that costs more than a private jet. Now for something less picnicky and more menacing. This is the Bugatti Voiture Noire, the black car, and it is properly devastatingly cool. It's a one-off, a complete one-of-one special, built to celebrate Bugatti's 110th anniversary and as a modern tribute to the legendary lost Type 57 SC Atlantic. The price? A cool $18.7 million after taxes. For that, you get a car with a handcrafted carbon fiber body that looks like it was sculpted from a single block of polished night. There isn't a single bad angle on it. Underneath that Gothic bodywork lies the heart of a Chiron. That means an 8-liter quad-turbocharged W16 engine producing nearly 1,500 horsepower. It's a monster, a velvet-wrapped sledgehammer, but the details are what make it. The front looks like it's about to inhale the horizon, and the back, well, the back has 6, count 'em, 6 exhaust tailpipes. That's more than a family of Ford Fiestas. It's a statement of such profound automotive arrogance that you just have to stand back and applaud. One car, one owner, and an exhaust system that screams, "I am a Bond villain." Ah, Pagani. The creator of cars that are less like machines and more like religious experiences. This is the Zonda HP Barchetta, and it is Horacio Pagani's own vision of the perfect Zonda, made real. The HP stands for Horacio Pagani, and he kept one of the three that were made for himself. The other two were sold for a trifling $17 million each. What you get is essentially the ultimate distilled essence of Zonda. It has no roof. At all. Not even a flimsy fabric one you can fiddle with for half an hour. It's a pure open-top speedster. It's powered by a naturally aspirated Mercedes-AMG V12, which produces a sound that could make angels weep, and it's connected to a proper honest-to-goodness manual gearbox. Yes, a stick shift in a multi-million-dollar hypercar. The windscreen is chopped down, the rear wheels are partially covered by carbon fiber spats, and the whole thing is a riot of exposed carbon, tartan fabric, and exquisite details. It is the definition of a car built with passion, not by a committee. It's a car for people who actually like driving, assuming they also own an oil field. We're back with Rolls-Royce, and this time it's for a car that started this whole trend of modern, ultra-expensive coach building. This is the Droptail. Back in 2017, it was unveiled as a one-off commission for a very, very wealthy client, and it cost a rumored $13 million. That seems like a bargain now, doesn't it? The owner, a connoisseur of super yachts and private aircraft, went to Rolls-Royce and said, "Build me a two-seat coupe, and make it look like a classic Rolls from the 1920s, but also like a racing yacht." And Rolls-Royce said, "Yes, sir." The result is distinctive. The front is pure, imposing Rolls-Royce, but from the doors back it's completely unique. The roofline tapers dramatically towards the rear, ending in a sharp point, the swept tail, a nod to classic marine design. The most incredible feature, though, is the roof itself. It is a single, uninterrupted panoramic piece of glass, one of the most complex ever fitted to a car. It floods the cabin with light, making it feel like you're in a luxurious glass-bottomed boat, except you're on the M4. It's a breathtaking piece of design, a folly of the highest order. Back to Bugatti for another lesson in how to charge a fortune for something astonishing. This is the 110, which is Italian for 110. It was built to celebrate, you guessed it, Bugatti's 110th birthday, but it's also a direct homage to the gnarliest supercar of the 1990s, the Bugatti EB 110. Priced at $9 million, only 10 of these were ever made, and they were sold out before the ink was even dry on the press release. It's a Chiron in a different, much angrier suit of clothes. Where the Chiron is smooth and rounded, the 110 is all sharp angles and aggressive wedges, just like the old EB 110. It has the same 5 round air intakes behind the side windows and a much more horizontal flat front end. The engine is the same W16 monster, but here it's tuned up to 1,600 horsepower, because 1,500 simply wasn't enough, apparently. It's a brutalist masterpiece, a modern interpretation of a 90s legend, and it looks like it wants to beat you up and steal your lunch money, in a good way. Now for something a bit different. This car wasn't built for a wealthy customer, not initially anyway. This is the Mercedes-Maybach Exelero, a one-off high-performance concept car that cost $8 million to build way back in 2005. It was commissioned by Fulda, the German division of Goodyear, for one very specific purpose, to test their new range of high-performance wide tires. Yes, this is, an $8 million rolling advert for rubber. And what an advert it is. It's a gigantic two-door coupe, nearly 6 meters long and weighing over 2.6 tons. It looks like something Darth Vader would drive on his day off. To make sure it could properly test the tires at extreme speeds, Mercedes fitted it with a twin-turbo V12 engine producing just shy of 700 horsepower. That was enough to propel this Art Deco land yacht to a top speed of 218 miles per hour. It's a glorious testament to German over-engineering, a purpose-built monster that became a legend. It has since been sold to a private collector and, occasionally pops up, reminding everyone what happens when you give a tire company a blank check. We return to the Church of Pagani for our next entry. If you thought the regular Voiture wasn't quite special enough, Horacio Pagani created this, the Voiture Codalunga. That means longtail in Italian, and it does exactly what it says on the tin. It's a stretched, more aerodynamic version of the Voiture, inspired by the long-tail Le Mans racers of the 1960s. Only 5 were made, each costing north of $6 million, making it one of the most exclusive modern Paganas you can get. The bodywork is a flowing, seamless piece of art, 36 centimeters longer than the standard coupe, with a huge rear section that has no grills, just clean lines and 6 massive holes for the iconic titanium exhaust to poke through. The engine is the familiar AMG-built twin-turbo V12, here making 840 horsepower, but the car is shockingly light, weighing less than a Ford Focus. This isn't just a car, it's a sculpture designed by the wind, a tribute to a golden era of motorsport, built with a watchmaker's precision and an artist's soul. It's just beautiful. And fast. Very, very fast. You're probably noticing a pattern here. Bugatti has really mastered the art of taking one very expensive car, the Chiron, and turning it into several even more expensive cars. This is the Devo. While the Chiron is built for straight-line speed, the Devo is built for corners. It's a Chiron that's been to the gym, lost some weight, and put on a very aggressive new tracksuit. Limited to 40 units, it was offered to existing Chiron owners for about $5.5 to $6 million, and yes, they all sold immediately. The Devo is lighter, has stiffer suspension, and features a completely new body designed to generate massive downforce. That huge fixed rear wing is 23% wider than the Chiron's pop-up one. The new front end has larger air intakes to cool the brakes and directs air along the side of the car. It's not as fast in a straight line as a Chiron, it's limited to a mere 236 miles per hour. But on a track it would leave its sibling for dead. It's the sharpest, most agile car Bugatti has made this century. It's the driver's Bugatti. And so we come to our number one spot, which is, well, it's a bit of a cheat. Because the truth is, at this level, the most expensive car is a constantly moving target. The top of the market isn't populated by production models, but by secret one-off commissions from brands like Rolls-Royce, Ferrari, and Pagani through their special projects divisions. These are cars built for a single client, to their exact and often eccentric specifications. Cars like the Ferrari SP51 or the Pagani Zonda 760 series are just the tip of the iceberg. The final price tags of these cars are rarely, if ever, made public. They are whispered about in hushed tones, with figures often soaring past the $20 or $30 million mark we've seen on this list. The final cost depends on the complexity of the engineering, the rarity of the materials, and just how wild the customer's imagination is. So, the most expensive new car in the world right now is probably sitting in a climate-controlled garage somewhere, a complete secret known only to its builder and its fabulously wealthy owner. And that, in a way, is the ultimate form of exclusivity. So there you have it. A journey into a world where cars are treated not as transport, but as high art. The list of the most expensive new cars is a showcase of modern coach building, where brands like Rolls-Royce and Bugatti create ultra-limited, hyper-personalized machines for their most valued clients. These aren't just cars with options lists, they are ground-up commissions, with price tags that casually stroll past the $20 million mark and keep on walking. They are the Fabergé eggs of the automotive world, beautiful, intricate, and eye-wateringly expensive. But then, you have the other list, the list of the most expensive cars ever sold at auction. And that's where the numbers become truly telephone number-sized. That list isn't about newness, it's about history. It's dominated by classic Ferraris, Mercedes, and Jaguars that once thundered around Le Mans or the Mille Miglia. Cars like the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe, which sold for an unbelievable $143 million. Here, it's the racing pedigree, the incredible rarity, and the sheer cultural significance that sends the prices into the stratosphere. These cars are more than just metal, leather, and rubber. They are legends, time capsules on wheels that carry the stories of the heroic drivers and visionary engineers who created them. So the question is, if you had an infinite amount of money, a truly silly nation-sized pile of cash, which would you have? A brand new bespoke masterpiece built just for you, or a priceless piece of automotive history with a story to tell? Let me know in the comments, and on that bombshell it's time to end. Thanks for watching.